So this video clip explains solving random linear equations. So we've learned how to solve equations from linear equations that we write from a story. We can use those same skills if we just come upon a random linear equation that needs to be solved. For example, 3x plus 2 equals 14. Well, the opposite of add 2 is minus 2. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other, so it will still be equal. So 2 minus 2 is 0, so 3x plus 0 is just 3x. 14 minus 2 is 12. Well, if 3 of those things is 12, then I can just divide by 3 and find out that one of those things would have to be 4. Well, let's plug that answer back in and see if it works in the original equation. So I think x is a 4. Does that equal 14? So that would be a question at this point. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2, yeah, that equals 14. So if you plug the solution back into the equation, you can check it and get 100%. You don't have to wait for the computer to tell you if you're right. 4x minus 3 equals 5. Well, the opposite of subtract 3 is add 3. Whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do on the other, so that they will still be equal. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so 4x plus 0 is just 4x. 5 plus 3 is 8. Well, if 4 of those things is 8, one of those things would be 1/4 of that. Or you could say the opposite of multiply by 4 is divide by 4. So x equals 2. Plug it in to check. 4 2's minus 3, is that equal to 5? Well, 8 minus 3, yeah, that's equal to 5. Negative 2x plus 5 equals 11. The opposite of add 5 is subtract 5. Whatever I do on one side of the equation, I have to do on the other, so that it will still be equal. So negative 2x is equal to 11 minus 5 is 6. Well, the opposite of multiply by negative 2 is divide by negative 2. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other side, so that it will still be equal. So x is equal to, well, negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. 1 times x is x. 6 divided by 2 is 3, but a 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. Well, let's plug that into the original equation and see if it really works. Negative 2, if I think x is a negative 3, plus 5, is that equal to, question mark, 11. Oops. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. Yep, that's 11. Negative 4x minus 3 is equal to negative 11. Well, the opposite of subtract 3 is add 3. So whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do on the other side also. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So negative 4x plus 0 is just negative 4x. Negative 11 plus 3 is negative 8. You can just do those on your calculator if you want, or you can use a number line. Well, negative 4 times x, the opposite of that is divide by negative 4. So whatever I do on the left-hand side, I have to do on the right-hand side also. So x is equal to, well, negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. A negative divided by a negative is positive. If you're not sure, just do it on your calculator. Negative 8 divided by negative 4, calculator will tell you that 2. Well, if you want to check and see if you did everything right before the computer tells you, then you can replace the x with what you think it is. We think it's a 2. Does that equal negative 11? Well, negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, minus 3. Yes, that is negative 11. Negative 2x minus 3 equals negative 11. The opposite of negative, subtract 3 is add 3. So 2x equals 8. Oops, negative 8. Negative 11 plus 3 is negative 8 still. The opposite of multiply by 2 is divide by 2. So that says x is equal to negative 4. Half of negative 8 is negative 4. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Plug it into the original equation. Check it out. See if it's right. 2 times negative 4 minus 3. Is that equal to negative 11? Well, that is negative 8 minus 3. Yes, that is equal to negative 11. So those same skills we used on story problems can be used to solve random linear equations that are given to us. We don't know what the answers have mean, but we can verify that their answers are correct, that they actually solve that equation.